You don't feel confident first. You act confident first and then the emotion follows. All right. So that's what we are going to understand today, that how our behavior affect our emotions. And that leads to our today's topic, that is changing your emotions by changing your behavior. All right. So be ready. By the end of this video, you'll have all the answers that how the behavior affect our emotions. All right. So let's begin. Action seems to follow. Just give me 1 second. Let me. Okay, that's fine. Action seems to follow feeling, but really, action and feeling go together. And by regulating the action, which is under the more direct control of the will, we can indirectly regulate the feeling, which is not. Okay, so feelings are not directly in our control, but the actions that we are taking, it is up to our will, right? So that's what William James, philosopher and psychologist, is trying to say over here, that you have to control your actions and it will impact your behavior, or like then it will affect your feelings as well. Okay, so now let's move forward. We have seen you can influence your emotions by using your body, mind, or words. We have also discussed how you can change your interpretations of thoughts or events to change your emotional state. Unfortunately, when negative emotions suddenly arise or are too strong, changing your body posture or having or using positive affirmation might not be enough. See, this is one of the common doubts you might have in your mind. When we are feeling really low at the time, these small steps are not helping us really, right? So for example, let's say I'm feeling really low right now, so my negative emotion is too strong. So doing this small step will not give me the what I can say sudden change in my mood or sudden change in my emotion, but how exactly it works, that's what we are going to understand next. Okay. Hmm. So positive affirmation might not be enough. In fact, trying to replace a negative emotion by a more positive one often fails. You cannot always overcome depression by cheering up or counteract grief by deciding to just feel good. Neither you can expect profound sadness or disappear by repeating the phrase mantra, I am happy, I am happy, and I am happy. Right? At that very moment, it doesn't happen this quick. Okay, you must have, if especially in trading, when you are having a positive day, you are in the state of euphoria. At that time you feel like a conqueror, you are at the top of the world and nobody's gonna defeat you in any sense. Similarly, when you are in a losing day, then all the negative sentiments are in front of you. You feel like you're the sore loser present in this world. No, it doesn't happen like that. You have to find the balance, right? So that's what, let's say you're feeling bad and at all of the sudden you will say, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. It is not going to be really helpful in that very moment. Okay, however, you can influence the way you feel by changing your behavior. Now, as you alter your behavior, your feelings will change accordingly. It may happen almost immediately. Now this is what we are trying to find out, right? Whenever we are at a strong feeling, especially in the negative sense, what we want, we need the immediate change, and we can do that by changing our behavior. All right, your feelings will change accordingly. It may happen almost immediately, as when you distract yourself from mild anger by performing a task, or it may take weeks or even months while you deal with profound emotions such as intense grief or depression. So to start changing the way you feel whenever you experience a negative emotion, ask yourself the following questions. Now it will take time, okay, but if you inculcate this habit in a longer period of time, it will be surely a helpful thing for all of you. All right. So what are the questions that we have to ask ourselves? What causes that emotion? Okay. Now you are trying to figure out, let's say you're feeling bad. So you'll try to figure out what causes that emotion, and what can I do about my present reality? See, when we are feeling really low or we are in very strong negative emotion, we are thinking either of past or about future. We are not objectively looking at the present, and that's what these questions are going to do for us. They are trying to get us back to reality, that is in the present moment. We can ask ourselves, what causes this emotion, and what can I do to present my what can I do about my present reality? After asking these questions, identify concrete actions you could take to change your emotional state. Remember, by nature, emotions will fade as time passes. That is, unless you reinforce them by replaying the same situation over and over again in your mind. Below are some real world examples to help you better understand how it works. Okay, let's understand it better with the help of examples. All right, now. Example number one: if after your boyfriend or girlfriend broke up with you, you keep remembering the good times you had together with sadness. It'll take longer to get over the breakup. Although there is nothing wrong with feeling sad or remembering the past, if you want to move on, a better option is to avoid revisiting the past wherever possible. See, unconsciously it can happen many times. So it is just the habit, like we are looking at the past in form of text, in form of pictures, in form of something else. So there is this habit of constantly checking that out, and this constantly checking out the past will trigger something in our mind every single time, right? It will not help us to forget that particular thing, and it will not help us to get out of that thing. All right, so what we have to do whenever it is possible, like for example, you are checking the phone 10 times, you are checking the past 10 times, so make it 8 at first. Like 2 times you are consciously stopping yourself from doing the same thing, and then reduce this number constantly, like then in future make it 6, then making it 4, then making it 2, and one day you'll realize it is a gone case, like you have moved on. Okay, now this is one of the very small example. It takes time obviously, but it is a, what I can say, it is a practical way to get out of the situation. Okay, now in this case changing your behavior would be, do your best to stop revisiting the old memories. It can be in any sense. Okay, now example 2: if you constantly worry about an upcoming presentation at work, changing your behavior might be rehearsing your speech for hours. Doing this, you'll know the text so well, you'll be able to perform well even under pressure, right? So practice makes us perfect. So that's what author is also trying to portray in this example. So if you are tensed about your future presentation or whatever it is, practice and try to get the perfection over it. Perfection, okay, like try to do better in that field. Okay, now doing this you'll know the text so well that you'll be able to perform well under, well even under pressure. To give yourself an even better chance at success, you could also rehearse in front of your colleagues or friends. Now you're finding out the practical solution rather than sticking to the future event and making yourself tense again and again. Okay, now in the trading environment as well, whenever you are in a winning streak or a losing streak, especially in a losing streak, all you have to do is get out of the situation. For example, let's say you lost in a particular trade. Now rather than taking the revenge, or rather than entering in another trade right away, all you have to do is think objectively. Stay to the setup, stay to your rules, whatever rules you have made for yourself, and ultimately in a longer run it will make you a consistent profitable trader. Okay, and it is a tried and tested thing. I have heard it from so many successful traders, or so many people who are successful in their particular field, and I have also tried it. So yeah, you can also give it a shot. Okay, example 3: if you have been resenting a particular friend for weeks because of something he said or did, changing your behavior might be having an honest talk with him and share your feelings. Okay, if that person matters to you, if that person doesn't matter to you, just let it be. Okay, accept it and just let it be. But if you feel like the person is important to you, so honestly talk with that guy or girl or whatever the situation is. Okay, share your feelings. This will allow you to clear the air, clarify your misunderstanding, and avoid building up resentment. Oftentimes we misinterpret events or see things that aren't there. That's true, right? Example 4: sometimes you feel sad or even depressed and can't do anything about it. In this instance, the best you can do is to avoid focusing on your feelings and just let them be. Now, this is again a very important thing. Always, it's like you have to find out the right way in every moment of your life. Okay, it's not always about suppressing your feelings. No, don't do that. Sometimes you just have to let it be. So here in this example, what exactly author is trying to say: sometimes you feel sad, angry, or even depressed and can't do anything about it. Like the controllables are not in your hand. It depends on something else and the external environment or whatever it is. In this instance, when you know that nothing is in your hand and you feel bad or any of these sentiments, all you have to do is, the best you can do is to avoid focusing on your feelings and just let them be. Okay, just let them be. If you're feeling bad, okay, for some time feel bad and then get back in your life. Okay, your job here is to do what you have to do and live your life until these emotions fade. Because in the previous chapters also and in the previous books as well, we have covered this, that emotions are not you exactly. Emotions come and go. All you have to do is just let it be. If you feel bad for a moment, let it be. After some time, it will pass. Okay, so emotions do fade. Okay, don't forget to practice letting go of negative emotions as they arise. You have to just let them go. As you learn to detach yourself from the negative emotions, you have to detach. You have to see consciously. You have to put your efforts in. Like, you have to see these are just the emotions. This is not me. These are emotions and it will pass. You have to detach yourself from the negative emotion. It'll take time again, but you have to inculcate this habit of yours. Okay, it will help prevent them from growing and becoming more entrenched. All right. So by this, we are coming to the end. This is the action step based on the workbook. In case if you need the workbook, let me know. I'll post it, okay, in the comment section. And if I'm talking about the comment section, then a very interesting question is waiting for you. So let me know what do you think about that question. Okay, and in the next chapter we'll cover something more to know better our emotions and work accordingly. All right, so thank you so much everyone. Thank you so much universe. Thank you so much Radha Ranji. Peace out.